Good morning, guys. Why is my trading view not loading? Hello? What are you doing, trading view? What the fuck is going on? Thing gonna load? Bro. What the fuck is this thing doing, bro? I don't, this thing is being retarded. Come on, bro. For some reason, trading view is not popping up here on my stream. I have it up. It's not popping up on the stream. Like, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay, good morning, guys. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Should we wait for PM? I mean, I don't know, dude. This thing is an absolute chop fest. Looking at it this morning, I'll be honest, I would have just not traded it. You know what I mean? I would have just not traded anything here. But I'm still here because our level. Did you guys see this, bro? This 112 level? Dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. The 120 was some, or the 112, this level was some bullshit. It didn't even trigger in. Like, you see this? The high that we made was 111.5. Our level was 112. So two ticks off. And that ended up being the high. So that's the high so far. I mean, it could like go back up. Who knows what this thing's gonna do here? Looks so shitty. But yeah, the 120 level is what I would be more interested in now than this 112 one, to be honest. Because that, like, there's no way it's just gonna edge that like that and then go slightly just two ticks over, hit it, and then go back down. So hey Keith, thanks man. I made 7,000 on eval and gold gamble to buy last night, dude. Let's oh my god, bro, let's go. Yeah, gold, dude. I mean, it just kept on going, bro. It just kept on going. YouTube didn't notify that I was live, bro. What? The Matrix is out to get me right now, bro. What is happening? The Matrix is trying to shut me down, bro. Anyways, so both levels that I gave you guys last night, so well, these upper levels and then the 957 level as well down here where I would want to be bullish. I wouldn't use any of them. Or I wouldn't be I wouldn't trade anything besides this 112. I'm just gonna remove. I'm gonna remove it in a little bit, but 112 I'm gonna remove. It's not even like it's this most likely not gonna do anything now. 120 could be decent, maybe. Midpoint of this range is at 130. CE of 1 hour is at 131. How good you would, or what? You don't think it will reach the 15-minute gap at 126? It could. I just have a level before that, so I guess we'll see. Better look would be for it to do that. But we put in these London highs and we've done absolutely nothing since then. Like literally we've done nothing. No significant low has been broken. We have this low here, this low here. Asia low got quickly swept and then immediate move into Asia high. So the London low is still intact. The London high is also still intact. We have 15 minutes here in order for this open. We need to see what this open is going to do. That's going to, tell us where this thing is going to be headed. But right now, I would keep London high and London low as, the draw here. One of these two is going to get taken, either the London high or the London low. Obviously, we don't really know which one. Troy, what's good, bro? Bro, I miss you, man. Will you do FOMC live? It's meeting minutes, so it's not like it doesn't mean anything. Meeting minutes is literally just a recap of the actual FOMC meeting. So it doesn't really do much. Either you never get like that big of a move or that crazy of a move off of FOMC meeting minutes. I mean, maybe that is why Mark is doing nothing. How'd you rate Sakuna's trading skill? I mean, he is in the Discord, so I would rate it pretty good, but he's a pretty unique trading style. Yeah, like very unique trading style. Not for some people. We had an hourly CVD. What the fuck is CVD? Red folder is insignificant at the moment. It's not that it's insignificant. It's that we clearly, there hasn't been like anything happening because the government shut down. But apparently, the meeting minutes is still happening. So this one would be like this one will affect the market, but they have not been, apparently. The word around town. Premium going crazy. 5-figure payout for my boy Flashy, bro. I know, dude. I saw that. Such a fucking bro. 30,000. Not even just 5 figures. $30,000, bro. $0.88. This is gonna go to either London high or the London low. That's where this thing's going right now. I'm not gonna short inside of this range because I want it to go a little bit higher. So it doesn't make sense for me to short inside of the range. You can watch it. 130. Yeah, we could watch 130 as well. Hold on, I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm looking at in terms of the highs and lows here. I longed at 45. I don't know if it'll keep going up. 45. Oh no, you got a really nice entry. You should just keep that. Go break even, keep it. Morning Angel Barrientos. What is happening, brother? Yeah, I do like the 130 level. I'm a fan. We'll replace this with 130. Fan of the 130. 130 is equilibrium of this leg. So if I draw out a box from the high to the low, like this, see how 130 is equilibrium? Not a bad looking level. Not a bad looking level. So 130. I've got a 167.5, which I highly doubt it goes to. Like, ideally, it shouldn't go up here if this is bearish. So we could see what it does in that area. I'll watch the 120 level to see how it reacts. If anything, I would like to place a limit around that 130. I think 130 is much better for limit. Dylan, what's good? Yo, you guys better be liking the stream. I haven't seen how many likes we have on the stream, but you guys better be liking the stream, bro. Come on. Lock in. 130. 130 is the equilibrium of the range. Yeah, these are my upside levels. So obviously these are the bearish levels I'm watching. And then this is bullish. But these are like the levels I'm using for sells potentially. Potential sells up there. Why no warehouse recently? I'll probably be at the warehouse today. Wait, what day is it today? Wednesday. Yeah, I'll probably be at the warehouse today. Yes. So obviously through these bearish gaps here, we're currently trading at around midnight. Looks good to head up into these London highs, to be honest. But we shall wait these 8 minutes and see what this thing is doing. 5-minute FVG, 1-minute FVG at 130. Yeah, so not only do we have the 5-minute FVG, we have a 1-minute FVG, we have a 15-minute FVG, we have a 1-hour FVG, and we have equilibrium of the leg at 130. So 130 is a pretty solid level. I'm a fan of 130. Looks like 088 is playing out. Yeah, it's rejecting this area so far. I don't have a limit anywhere, guys. As you guys can see on my chart, I don't have a limit anywhere here at all. No limits. These are just levels that I'm watching right now. Maybe I'll place a limit. If I place a limit, it's most likely going to be at 130. I don't really care for a limit anywhere else. 130 with the stop, 135. No. It's New York, so we use 10-point stops. So if we get a limit at 130, we would use a stop at 140, not 130. Right back up. That's why I did not take a short here yet. This thing is looking like it wants to take the London highs here. 5 more minutes. I'm not gonna lie, the move again was in London, bro. Again. Like London was really nice. Took the Asia low and immediate move up to Asia high. And we could have had an entry literally right here. This 5-minute fair value gap. We could have taken this wick that pushed into the 5-minute gap. We could have taken that wick CE, and it would have been absolutely a perfect move all the way up to these Asia highs. Would have been absolutely perfect. Every move, bro. Literally every move takes place in London. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to do this London stream on Sunday. Sunday's when we're doing the London stream. So Another rejection here. 25, 130 possibility. Yeah, potentially. If you know a scalper, what is some advice you'd give? Because at the point I've noticed it's almost like structured mind and adaptable mind differences. What do you mean if I know a scalper, what advice would I give? There's nothing wrong with being a scalper. I mean, it's like a unique way of trading because you're not like holding for the move, which is something that we normally do. We normally hold for the entire move. But if you're not holding for the entire move, the only thing that I would do if I was scalping is I'd be sizing pretty heavy, um, so that I could get my money within like a few points, 15, 20 points, and then just dip. Um, but it's just like it's a sketchy market to even size heavily. SMT with London lows would be perfect for expansion. I wanted to make SMT at the highs. I think we do, right? Yeah, SMT at the highs. Yes, we do. We do. Yeah, we got some pretty crazy SMT at the highs. ES is well above the London high. All right, 4 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. There's the open. Pushed into a 5-minute gap right off open. You leave limits before market open. Sometimes, yeah. Like right now, I mean, if I like these levels enough, I would have just left the limits there. For this specific market open, I'm waiting for the reactions off this level first, before I do anything. If I do place a limit, it'll be at 130. 130 is the only place that I would place a limit here at. 120, I would just watch. There you go, big push up. Can we get through like a significant high here? Be looking for a move through like this high, obviously, to get up into the next one. Very nice. $104.75 would be up next. Can you explain SMT? SMT is very, very, very simple. I have a whole video on my YouTube on just SMT. There we go. We're through the high, by the way. But SMT divergence is just a crack in the correlation between two correlated assets. Okay, so over here we're obviously referring to NQ and ES. We're through that other high too, by the way, guys. Looking at this 120 level next, and then 130. So essentially, what ends up happening is that NQ and ES are two correlated assets that move the exact same way, essentially. But whenever we have a higher high on NQ and a lower high on ES, we call that bearish SMT divergence. If we have a lower low on NQ and a higher low on ES, that's SMT divergence. Okay. Very similar. You've been through all of ICT series plus mentorship. I've been through some of it, not all of it. I don't think it's necessary to go through all of it. There's that 120 level right there. See what this 120 does. Still think 130 looks a little bit better, so. Why is my trading view 10 minutes behind? You probably have delayed data, bro. You're going to have to purchase the CME group package, which gives you real-time data. We got some insane bearish SMT here. ES is still hanging below the highs. NQ clearly above the highs so far. There's 130 on NQ right there. 130 has been hit. This was the only level that I would have placed a limit at. Still no limit here for me. I'm gonna be looking for a reaction and then like a Wixie entry. All right, down 5 points off 130 so far. See how this plays out. I'm talking about the current candle on ES. The current candle on ES is red, while the current candle on NQ is big time green. But I know ES did take the highs. Right now, we still have bearish SMT here. 130 is trying to reject. Yeah, 130 rejecting here right now, down 15 points. Yeah, it's kind of iffy here. That's why I didn't place a limit, bro. Normally, I would absolutely limit a level like 130. 130 looks fucking phenomenal. I would absolutely limit that. But here, I wanted to wait for like a confirmation setup for this reason. I'm going to be looking for a 15-minute, by the way, guys. 15-minute is where I would want to see a Wixie. You can use a 5-minute here, but I would be using 15. 15 looks much better. Still playing out a little bit here off the 130. $100X, what's good, bro? That 11 a.m. previous day, 15 though. Yeah, that's what we pushed into here. That's what the 130 level was based off of. So now I just need the confirmation. So we're gonna have to wait 8 minutes for this 15-minute candle to close. We hit the 5-minute Wick CE right there. That's what that just was. That was the 5-minute Wick CE getting hit. Also playing out beautifully, actually playing out very nicely. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. ES is like actually dead, bro. ES died. What? Bro, this is insane. ES is at the lows, bro. ES is at 4-hour lows. Crazy work. BE now? Yeah, I would go BE. If you took 5-minute Wick CE, I would go BE there. So bullish SMT. This is bro. We have bullish and bearish SMT right now. We have both. Oh. What do you think about Alpha Futures Zero Plan? Alpha Futures is another really good firm. I haven't used their Zero Plan. I use the advanced account. I don't want any like restrictions on the accounts. The Zero Plan is pretty solid. Just make sure you use code key. Lock in. Use code key on Alpha if you want some Alpha accounts. Pre-market in London was the move. Not even pre-market, bro. Just London. pre-market, like pre-market, this early New York session right here, it kind of traded like a little weird. It was not the greatest. But London, bro, London was beautiful. London traded so nice. About to just fucking, bro, I'm about to just do, I'm about to just replace Asia streams with just strictly London at this point. Like London just moves so good. Bought an alpha account with Koki yesterday. Asia session. We'll always use Koki. W, bro. W. Let's fucking go. We need government to open again. This is, yeah, I know. But the last government shutdown was 21 days. So who knows how long this one's going to be. It could be 21 days. It could be less. It could be more. Who knows, bro? How come you preferred Asia over London in the first place? Because I trade New York as well, right? So there's no possible way for me to trade London and New York unless my schedule is completely fucked and I sleep during the day. Because if I trade Asia and then I get off around midnight, I can get enough sleep to wake up and then trade New York, right? If I trade London, bro, London ends at 5 a.m. I'm not, bro, if I go to sleep at 5 a.m., I'm not waking up at 8:30. It's not happening. You know? Check Discord, my heart. Blew my eval trying to short, bro. This is why I'm telling you guys to wait, bro. I've been here. I haven't taken a single fucking trade, bro. Just wait. Just wait. Let's do 1 week only London streams if you're down to. So on Sunday, this Sunday, I'm doing a London stream. Sunday's my birthday. We're gonna be here trading London, and we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, then I'm going to definitely plan another London stream because, bro, majority of the moves, as you guys can see, are, clearly taking place in London. You know what I mean? So literally just makes way more sense to just wake up a little bit and trade in London. Happy birthday, bro. It's not my birthday yet. It's on Sunday, bro. On Sunday, come and say happy birthday. Are you bearish? I would be bearish right now, yeah. Would you stream Monday, New York? No, if I trade Sunday, London, then there's no way I would trade Monday, New York. Look at ESQ, SMT. Bro, I know. SMT bearish and bullish in the same price leg. Stupid, bro. 24, bro. 24. Last time I was saying for you. You look in terms of an entry now since you're in the limit. I'm not doing the limits here at all. I'd be looking for a wick CE, which would essentially here it would be a 15-minute wick CE is what I'd be looking for an entry. If we get that coming out of this 15-minute gap, beautiful. Looks really good. And then we can use that to then go lower. So, like, if you guys look at this daily, obviously this hasn't played out yet, but this is something that I want you guys to see because that I explain to you guys the concept of PO3 all the time. This is a good way for you to see an accumulation that isn't completely sideways and flat, right? Normally, when we talk about PO3, you guys think accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, right? So this would create a down close candle right here. And I've told you guys pretty often that the accumulation is not just like a price leg like this, where it's just, you know, staying within a high or a low and it's just sideways. A lot of times accumulation can be like this or like this, where it moves in one direction or another, but it's still considered accumulation. So this here is a pretty good example. We had the obviously the daily open right here at 6 p.m. and you can see price accumulated like this, right? We're making higher highs and higher lows, and that's how price was accumulating. And then now we consider this here a manipulation and then a distribution, right? So the accumulation is never just a not never, but it's usually not just a flat box. It could go up and it could go down, right? Both are likely scenarios. What makes you know if you're using C of 15 or limit of FVG? Just the way price is trading. That's literally it. Right here, like price is trading like shit. So I'm gonna be waiting for a confirmation entry, and that'll be right here in about 2 seconds. So there's our 15-minute wick. We could watch the CE and see how this reacts. I still don't like this yet. We closed inside of the 15-minute fair value gap. So wick CE here is 143. Take 143 with a 10-point stop at 153. That puts you exactly at the high of the candle. So we shall see how this goes. Yeah, we can see how this goes. Watch that. But I'm not a fan just yet, especially because 10 a.m. is going to open here soon. TP for pretty much any trade to the downside would be previous day low, like I said yesterday. Dude, so YM and ES like down the gutter and NQ still going a little bit higher. That would not have tapped in. I'm not gonna, I don't know about this yet, bro. Like, not the biggest fan. No way it edged, right? Yeah, it edged by 1 point there. 2 points. Edged by 2 points. Or sorry, 2 ticks, 2 ticks. Bro, yo, you guys need to chill out, bro. Stop trading. Just wait. Just wait, bro. Yeah, that was a gnarly edge. That was a gnarly edge. Yeah, I'm not gonna take this, I don't think. I'm not a fan of how price is moving here. Would have gotten tapped in right there. That is where we would have been tapped in. This should go red momentarily, I think. It might go red momentarily, but I don't think it plays out. I think it plays out to the downside here. Not a fan. Yeah, I'm not. Yep. See? Gotta be able to see shit like that, man. Almost at that 167.50 level. I have a 180 here as well. Watch both of these. Waiting for 4-hour CE to form. I don't think we get it here. It'll be this 4-hour most likely closes at the highs. And then it doesn't really give the next 4-hour anywhere to manipulate into besides maybe these fucking maybe this hourly gap up top. Even then I'm still looking for wick CE entry here, to be very honest. It's like the only way I would be interested in anything here. Wick CE. $203.75, which is CE of this hourly. That's the last level that I really like. 203.75. A fan of that one. That's something that I would limit. 203.75. And keep a 10-point stop on that one. And that's pretty much the only short I would try. Because if it fails here, then there's a very good chance that it's headed to the all-time high level again. What's the CE? CE is like midpoint. Full ported in a Colombian chick, Barcelona legend loading, bro. Who uses TBT here? I use TBT. A lot of people use TBT, bro. Great firm, great firm. W firm. What hour CSD coming on GC? I'm not looking. I haven't looked at GC yet. I'm looking out, I'm looking at ES and NQ right now, just so I can spot the divergences, bro. There's still divergence here. We still have fucking divergence. Yo, bro, I used code key on a TPT account last month, but it's asking for a 130 activation fee. It's in your credit bank, bro. It's in your credit bank. You use the credit bank thing to pay for the activation fee. Why does my limit keep moving when trying to place it precise? What do you mean? Just zoom into the chart a little bit. You got any eval giveaway? I'm waiting for the evals. Remember, I asked last night. I asked for evals last night. They said that they temporarily stopped the code giveaways. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what this does. Why are you taking this trade? What trade, bro? Oh, up here. 1 hour fair value gap CE. 1 hour fair value gap CE. We get a if we get a 4 hour inversion, why not look bullish with the 15 FVG? Not saying I'm opposed to that either. Not saying I'm opposed. But this is like OTE as well, right? At level. We have OTE as well. Well, most likely. I haven't even checked it, but most likely. We have OTE there too. Wish I was more patient. I'm so mad at myself right now, bro. I literally try to tell you guys this all the time. For some people, you're going to learn the hard way, bro. You're going to learn by just fucking losing all your accounts over and over again to the point where you just like finally make the decision that you are sick of yourself and your own actions and you're no longer going to do this bullshit. Or you're just never going to learn and you're just going to keep blowing accounts too. That's also a possibility. Don't let that happen though. What's your mic? Good quality for real? It's a Shure SM7DB. Very good mic. Typical streamer mic. What? Trying to hate on my mic? That's exactly what I went through before I became profitable. Yep. Yep. I had 6 pages of top step billing before ever passing a single XFA. Okay, you're actually cooked. 6 pages is insane. How do we have 500 people in here and only 100 likes? Yo, bro. Yo, I swear to God, if we don't get some fucking likes in here, bro, 550 people and we have 100 likes. Are you guys serious? Yo, bro. Nah, bro. That's not okay, bro. We need some likes in here right now. We need some fucking likes. Everybody like up the stream, bro. Before I just fucking start trading with premium only, bro, at this point. Like, what's the point of me trading here if you guys don't even like the streams? We're at that 167.5 level that I had from earlier. Still want to see a little bit higher though, I think. Bro, I mean, this isn't set up for like a WixE rejection here at all. Like nothing at all. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna remove the. I might remove the two. Actually, I'll keep it up for now. Keep it up for now. The 203 limits. Be looking for like a scalp at most off the 203, and I'd be quick to go break even here too. Bro, there's so much SMT here. It's actually insane. We have like a stupid amount of SMT, bro. Y'all better like this stream. I'm so close to payout that I can buy premium and y'all can eat shit. Oh my god, bro, that's hilarious. Will you look like TJR? What are you talking about, bro? I started the buzz cut trend, bro. TJR just copied me. Yeah, this is just like cutting through all the levels. That's why I'm trying to use confirmation like WixE. The only thing I'm using here right now for that reason. If I subscribe CME data and TradingView, the data will be fast, not at least 5 seconds. Yeah, if you have, you have to have CME to have real-time data for futures. You have to have it. Otherwise, you won't get real-time data on futures at all. You ever gonna shave your beard? No, probably not. I will look like a child, bro, if I shave my beard. NVM, you had a girl? Had. Are we gonna see go 3 today? Bro, I don't know. This is trading like shit. If I was gonna inverse, yeah, this is almost inversed. It's got a minute left. But even if it doesn't inverse, there is nowhere for this following 4 hour to manipulate into, like literally nowhere. I think I was gonna keep these up, but I'm gonna remove these limits if we get an inverse here. The sell limit, if we get an inverse, I'm gonna remove them. Because it doesn't look that great then anymore for rejection, right? At that point, I'd be thinking that this just goes back up into all-time high. Don't you think we're going for PDH? Yeah, I mean, if this 4 hour inverses, that's most likely where it's going, yeah. Mark out the level where an inverse. 170, so close above 170, this is gonna inverse. 9 seconds. 5 seconds. I think we're going ATH at this point, most likely, yep. There you go. There's the inverse. I'm going to remove the limits that I had upstairs. We'll watch them, but those most likely do not play out anymore because we got this inverse. So now it's like not sure what the fuck is going to happen. We have a stupid, like an actual stupid, absurd amount of SMT here. Absurd amount of bearish SMT with, you know, nothing to show for it. No rejection, nothing is happening. Yeah, ES is way lower, bro. Way lower. Why'd you take off your orders? I took them off just because this 4 hour inversed. I wanted to move to the lows, the previous day low. We're not going to get that if that 4 hour is getting inversed, right? So we could see how this 203 level plays out. If you want to be risk on, you know, you're more than welcome to keep a limit there. I'm not going to be keeping the limit there because I don't want to be not on a day like today, at least, you know? I'll look for a potential long. My ideal long would be from down here in this fair value gap. Then we can take a long up into the all-time high level. Let's see. We need this to reject. Government shutdown going crazy. Yeah, bro. Government shutdown is basically just cooking everything. Why'd you remove the limit? I just said why I removed the limit. It's because the 4 hour inverse. 4 hour FVG inverse. So... we hit it. Let's see how it reacts. Watch and see what it does. ES correlating? Not really. ES has got a long way to go before it gets to where NQ is in this range. He has got a long fucking way to go, bro. All right, we're like hanging around this 203 level, doing absolutely nothing. This 4 hour does have to go lower. Like absolutely has to go lower at some point to put in the lower wick. There's no way this 4 hour, at least I don't think there's a way this 4 hours should expand to previous day high. without a lower wick. At least should go lower. 15-minute gap. We get a fire long from 15-minute gap up into previous day high, and that could be the day. But right now, I'm not a fan of the way this looks. This should go lower. Why specifically choose 10 points as your stop side backtest data? Yes. Yep. Backtesting. What about last month giveaway with Koki? There were 15 winners that were already picked for last month TBT. We have another one going right now. So if you weren't in the Asia stream last night, there's another one right now. Between yesterday and this Sunday, anybody who uses code key to purchase a TPT account, any size account, you are automatically entered in a giveaway. I'm giving away 10 accounts, and then 5 I'm saving to give on stream. We'll do like something fun. We'll do probably like a giveaway segment in the Sunday stream, and we'll give those away. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Still around $100, no activation fee. Yeah, it's $102 with no activation fee at the moment. $102, no activation. What days and times do you stream, bro? New to stream. I stream every day, 9 a.m. Eastern and 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So 8:30 p.m. is the Asia stream, and 9 a.m. is the morning New York stream. If you guys don't know my schedule, or if you guys want updates on my schedule, I send updates in my free Discord. It's completely free. All you have to do is just do the command !Discord, and it'll give you the link for that. So I give like updates to any kind of stream updates I'll give in there. And this weekend on Sunday, the Sunday stream, I'm not gonna be doing a New York on Monday because we are gonna be doing a whole streamathon because we'll be trading London. So we have a few segments to do for the streamathon. But yeah, we are gonna be trading London and staying up all night basically. What's your plan, BTW? I don't really, I'm just waiting for price to fucking, do something of importance here. I need a pullback, and I need it down here. And then I'm down with the long. But there's nowhere for this thing to really reject from, especially now that we have hit this level. This is the last area for this to reject. There's no other place for this to really reject from. So it has to reject this. Would have stopped us out here. Yeah, exactly. That 14, so the entry was 303.75. Stop loss would be 13.75. It went to 14.75. So if I did take this, if I did limit this, I would have been out of this already. Do a trade-a-thon, go live for every session for 30 days? Bruv, yeah. So 30 days no sleep, huh? That's what you want? What's the world record for no sleep? I'm pretty sure it was like 3, or no, wasn't it like, fuck, I forget what it was. What's the world record for no sleep? Let me see. World record for no sleep. 11 days? Did he use cocaine? 11 days is crazy. Australian session. I once didn't sleep for 5 days straight, bro. What? That's crazy. That's actually some insane work. What's good, S7? What up, what up? Still pumping. Still pumping. At this point, I'm thinking we sweep ATH and go lower to put in the wick. I mean, also possible. Like, this would look so bad, bro. It would look fucking terrible if it does that. Because as an ATH sweep, like, at what point you can't like gauge a short entry here, not from a limit at least. I'll help you get a rejection. I'll just go long and Q will dump immediately. Yeah, good idea. Actually, there you go. Somebody's got to sacrifice themselves. We do have 4-hour Wix CE ATH. Yeah, but this was already used, bruv. I mean, it edged actually. But when it's that close, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It already like almost hit it and then used it to go and deliver a new weekly low. So I'm not a fan of that yet. But yeah, this thing is just not pulling back at all whatsoever. Whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. Is there any time you're not confident in a 4-hour, 1-hour candle distributing lower after manipulating upwards as soon as it opens? For example, this 4-hour has no wick, but nothing to reject off of. Yeah, if there's nothing to reject off of, then I would assume that this is most likely going to go into a external high or low, and then get a rejection there, right? So like, there's a very good possibility that once this sweeps previous day high, which is all-time high level, this may set us up and get a rejection then, and then come down and take this 4-hour low. That is entirely possible. But it's like almost impossible to gauge that because there is no pity array here that we can use as an accurate form of manipulation, right? There's no pity array. Like normally we're looking for a value gap, order block, right? Something of that sort that exists where I can be like, okay, this is a good area for this 4-hour or 1-hour or daily, whatever candle to manipulate into. Here we have nothing, right? If I'm looking for levels, there is no data up here. So what levels am I going to get, right? I have to use a confirmation model, and there can be that chance where the confirmation model doesn't present itself up here. The Wix CE doesn't present itself. And then at that point, you're cooked. PM might be dumb on FOMC minutes. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think we get that big of a reaction on PM anyway. 1-hour Wix CE that swept previous ATH. I think I'm looking for a sweep here, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ideally looking for a sweep. I mean, we have a 4-hour Wix CE here that was like super close, that edged. 1-hour CE was the only one that didn't edge. It set that up pretty nicely. We could watch it. We could definitely watch that. Level 64.75. So 64.75. I can add that. We can see what it does. But again, I'm favoring a sweep here. Favoring a sweep. I shorted this breaker block, or is this even one? I'm confused. This is a breaker block. We are well above the breaker block. Like on the 1 hour, this is your breaker. We're above it. On the 15-minute, we are also above it. So there is no breaker block here. The only one here would just be this 4 hour. When we hit an RH, bro, I don't know. We don't deserve RH yet, bro. We don't deserve RH right now. We need to see a fire trading day, and then I could say like, you know what, we deserve RH today. Right now, we don't deserve RH, bruv. Do you include wicks in a breaker block? Depends on how you draw it. Depends on bearish or bullish. Yes, I do include them though. Yep. Do you ever get a reaction from a level but don't get an entry, so you don't take the trade? Yeah. Do a vid with WAP for what? I've been to WAP like headquarters before, but oh, video I would do with them. Thoughts on buying a supercar after your first 5K payout? That's a really good idea for sure. 100% a good idea. I would definitely do that. Can you look over gold today for like an analysis? I'll look at gold in Asia. I don't usually look at gold in New York. Thanks to you, been recently learning the tighter stop loss, more precise style of trading has been helping me think about the market more logically rather than constantly looking for moves. There you go. I think this is a very, very good way to trade. I think there's a lot of people who have issues with psychology. They can fix a lot of them with this system with a 10-point stop loss. Because bro, you're losing $200 max, right? If you assuming you use one mini, you're limited to a $200 loss. Like that will help, should in theory help a lot of people with psychology issues. You know, just knowing that you're capped at a certain kind of loss. Check daily CE. Wait. Yeah, I mean, bro, the thing with daily CE, we hit it right there. But daily CEs, you guys have to understand, bro, we have a 44.75 stop at the high, if assuming that you keep a stop loss at the high, right? Almost 50-point stop at the high. The thing with daily CEs is there's no real reason for you to use something like a 10-point stop loss, right? So a 10-point stop loss here would be right there at 239.75. Now, The only way that I would take this with a 239.75 stop is if I had a level that lined up in here with 229, which I don't, or if there was a PD array that lined up with 229, which there is not. Okay, that makes sense. So if there's something that lines up or something that makes sense in that way, I'm totally down. You know, this 15-minute is a better one. So if I see daily wick CE rejecting and, you know, like obviously it stop loss is way too big to try that. The way that I would do it is I would do something like this where I have a 15-minute like confirmation entry instead of taking just the daily, right? So this would be like something that I might be interested in if I really like the daily wick CE. But again, I am, bro. Shorts, I think, will be good for like a scalp here. I think the move would be to long into new all-time highs. That's what it looks like. That's literally what it looks like price wants to do. So I'm a bigger fan of the long. Um, but it's just not giving me an entry regardless of short or long. What's good? Yo, what's good, OB Records? Would you long at 163? Not this one. Not this FVG. I like the lower one, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I like this one a little bit more. But if this one stays open, then I like this. The middle one for an FVG. For an entry. So I'll look for an entry inside of here. So yeah, definitely something like 163. But the upper one, because it's not like formed yet, we need to wait for this 15-minute candle for it to form. As long as this is inactive and we close this fair value gap, I need to take the lower one. If we keep this open, then I'll take the middle one. There you go. Do I still have to pay monthly after I pass DPT eval? No. Nope. It is a one-time activation of $102 using code key. That's it. You never pay anything more than $102. With a 9:30 30-minute PO3 have played out today, I was skeptical in trading it and taking it last night. I don't like trading at market open. It didn't really have a no, it didn't really play out. We literally opened up and just pushed. That's all it did. There was nowhere that this could have possibly played out from. I didn't really do much. Unless you want to consider on the 15-minute, we had this baby 15-minute gap. Unless you want to consider this as the PO3 manipulation leg, there was nothing else. Yo, bro, open monthly prune? Nope. No monthly, no monthly. No monthly ever again. Lifetime is cheap enough, bro. That shit, the price on that is going to be going up too. Okay. Let's see. Is this going to close the gap or are we going to keep that open? What are we going to do here? Okay. Looks like we're going to close it. It's got like one tick to go, bro. What are we doing here? One singular tick. What's good? EF47 shorted 225. Yeah, somebody in premium actually just shorted 226. Very nice. Very nice. Whoever took that. Short from up top. Wasn't really anything there for me, to be very honest with you, but Why don't you look for longs? I am. I literally just told you I'm looking for longs. I would be looking at most likely in this area, like, bro, that's 65, 65, 65, 63. Like this area is most likely where I'd be looking for longs. So right there. Will you be trading the FOMC minutes? No. No, most likely not. I will not be live for long enough for that. Can we continue lower? Since I don't have CME, I use NAS US cash. I think there's like it's off by a little bit sometimes, only because um, it's not the actual like NQ chart. Bro, I would just pay for CME. It's like fucking, it's like, I think it's like $8 or something. Too premium for longs, don't you think? Bro, yes. However, in this case, because of the size of this move, or because of the way that this thing moved to the upside here, with so much speed, I would not expect price to go all the way back lower. Like I would consider a long here. I said earlier, if this gap was left open, I would look for this as my entry, right? But this gap, I mean, bro, we got like nothing left. It's a one tick gap now. So, yeah, I would prefer an entry here just because we only have two fair value gaps, and the immediate one, in this case, would be a little bit more appealing just because price is very, very bullish. So what are the chances in this bullish price action, we come all the way down into this area to retest this gap, right? Pretty low. So for that reason, I would be more so looking at this gap. Is FOMC going to happen today or not because of government shutdown? Apparently, it's still happening. I didn't think it was, but apparently it's still happening, bro. I don't really know how this fucking bullshit ass government shutdown works, but yeah. 5 minute gap here, kind of delivering. We respected 15-minute on the daily wick, or 50% of the daily wick. So far, yeah. But I mean, we'll see. We respected it so far, but it hasn't made a reliable enough move lower. Like we didn't even inverse the 5 minute gap, you know? So like that's the problem. There's nothing here that indicates that we have put in a high, because if it did put in a high, at least like bare minimum, it should inverse a 5 minute, right? That hasn't happened yet. Government and Fed are different entities. Yeah, okay, that's true. True. Yeah. So that's why the Fed event is still going to happen. But the government is still in fact shut down. This is going all time high. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. There is no non-farm. Nope. No NFP. We had NFP last week. We were supposed to have it. Didn't happen. You think we going up? I mean, I would hope that it comes down to give me some sort of long entry before it does so. But right now, it looks like it's going up. Yep. It's pushing out of this 5-minute gap. This just looks really, really bad, bro. I'll be honest with you guys. It looks like shit. When's my haircut, bro? Because that's what I'm gonna determine when I hop off here. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hop off in like 15 to 30 minutes. What are you expecting today, my brother? I mean, I'm expecting all-time high at this point. The way this looks, I'm expecting all-time high. Get a carte blanche hat, bro. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this place? They look kind of cool, but what is it? I've never seen this before in my life. What are you, a fucking salesman for them or something? Make a market maker move, enter 1,000 Excel orders. Bruv, would you consider the SMT on M1 as a valid one? I mean, bro, the SMT is valid. I'm not saying the SMT is invalid, but SMT by itself is not a signal to buy or sell. And I've said this multiple times before. You got to think, bro. We had bullish SMT and bearish SMT down here. When price was trading in here, in this leg right here, we had bearish and bullish SMT, right? This entire move up, we had bearish SMT. So what did that do? Absolutely nothing. Price just continued higher and higher and higher, right? And now we're up here forming more SMT. Again, it doesn't mean anything unless there is an actual entry. Like there has to be an actual entry for the SMT to be a confluence. Without an actual entry, SMT means nothing. We're in supply now? I mean, no, not really, bro. Like, not entirely. Yeah, this is horrible. Fucking terrible, bruv. Buy dip. The only place that I would be looking to buy here is this 165 level. A 165 looks half decent. Other than that, bro, there's nothing here. There is literally nothing here, bro. Absolutely nothing. We do have bearish SMT with no real entry, so it's not something that I'm very interested in. Why not 170 instead of 165? We're 5-minute C's because 5-minute. What holds more weight, 15 or 5? Ask yourself that first. Haven't taken a trade in a month. W, honestly, W. Fire. I think we missed a move. What fucking move? What move? There is no move. Not one that you can enter off of at least. This move up, no entry. This move down, well, if you consider this a move down, no entry either. So long one, yeah. I mean, for sure, but there's just there's no entry here for the long, like none. No reliable entry. Daily CE is still the top take. It is, but we haven't inversed like anything, bro. I can consider this daily CE a potential high of day if we go and we start like inversing through some sort of fair value gaps, right? Like especially the 15s. If we can inverse those, then you can say with some confidence that yeah, this is most likely the high of day. But right now we've inversed no bearish PDRA, nothing. Not even the 5-minute. 5-minute couldn't even get inversed. So am I going to consider this the high? No, not yet. Right now, I would still think that this continues higher into potentially previous day high. TIG will fall, yeah. TIG has already fell, bro. As soon as bones, yeah, it is. Absolutely bones. Possible next whip? What? What is this? Oh, somebody sent, Rahul actually already sent me this. This is a Eurus. Is this a Performante? Yeah, is this Performante or no? Can't tell. Petrol, bro. What? Where is this place? This is definitely in the UK somewhere. Oh no, Lamborghini Broward. Never mind. What's the price? $244,000 for a Urus? Yeah, okay, bud. Yeah, okay. I got them on that one. I have them, bro. Will there be a day where you stop trading and retire? Hopefully one day, yeah. I actually no, I don't think I would stop trading, not entirely. Maybe I would trade way less. Maybe I would trade like 1 or twice or 3 times a week. Other than that, I don't think I would completely quit trading because why would I ever do that? You know, if you could do it right, this is free money, and a lot of it too. So no, I don't think I'd ever quit. Tried BO7 beta? No, I didn't. I did not. This shit has been BE on 2 shorts, bro. It is absolutely garbage, bro. Absolutely garbage. This is horrendous. When do you go BE? It depends, bro. It really just depends. If I want to be like more safe than sorry, so for this here, I would try to be like I would be way more risk off, and I would try to be, you know, more safe and protect my entry as much as possible. Just because price is trading like shit. If I was short, I would be break even already, right off this little push lower. Other than that, I would most likely to go break even. I would want to see like a break of a some sort of a low, right? So in this case, we have this swing low. If we crack this swing low here, I'll go break even then. That's how I would kind of manage this. Anyways, it's 10:45. I gotta leave for a haircut soon. This is fucking horrible. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I will be on tonight for Asia at 8:30 p.m. So make sure you guys are here at 8:30. I think Asia should provide some better price action, being that the FOMC meeting minutes will be out of the way. So we'll do that, and hope for some better price action in Asia, and go from there. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see you guys later today. Have a good one. Be safe. Goodbye.